Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is Sunday, April 5th, I believe. Yep. It's the 5th, 2020. Shit, where's my phone? Where is my phone? Hold on a second. Alright, I got my phone. I left it in the Ranger. So, I'm going over to my friend's house. I got a video uploading. Started it pretty late. I ended up starting it like early this morning, but it's already at 71%, which is pretty impressive. So, it was a good night for internet, I guess. The HP seems to be doing alright. I restarted it. I'm on my way to my friend's house right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let everything sit in here on the charger, well, running off the battery for a couple hours while we do a little bit of work and see if it drags it down again. I've had all this same stuff plugged in the Ranger for about the same amount of time as an experiment, and I didn't have any problems with that. So, you know, hopefully this battery holds up to what I needed to do. It's also a good way to test and see if there's anything wrong with the electrical system. And where I'll be at my friend's house, he won't have a problem giving me a jump start. So, anyway, we'll see what we get up to. Okay, so, wasn't planning on doing this, but started messing with the Jeep again by myself while Alan brings the pallets over. Got a little companion here. Say hi. She's a good girl. I started thinking to myself, well, maybe there's some electrical connection that's just not made. And so I grabbed the base of the air cleaner and I started poking around, because there is a wire that comes off of it with a sensor. I don't know what the hell it's for, but started doing that, and I haven't found where that plugs in, but I did find another connection not made. So once he comes back, I'm going to ask him where the battery is and tell him what I found, and spray a little carb cleaner in there. I don't have my tools with me, which sucks. I didn't even think to bring them to even mess with this today. So, alright, I better throw the ball before this dog explodes. Okay. I'll throw it better in a minute. Okay, so what I have right there is an ignition control module out of a 1989 Jeep Wrangler. I was told that was something that I ought to look at for the no spark condition. As far as I know, me and Al, we've checked everything else, and so that leaves just this one last piece that we can check with any significance. I called around auto parts stores because some can test these modules, some can't, and Napa here was able to. They weren't sure over the phone, but they were less than 1/10 of a mile away, so I was like, ah, fuck it. I'll just come down and see if they can. And they tested it. They said it was bad. I called around. O'Reilly Auto Parts, which is my least favorite store to deal with, they have one in stock for $67. So I'm gonna take a drive there and go pick it up. It's like 40 minutes away, but I don't care. I would like to get something accomplished today and not be at home, and this seems like the ticket. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're back at the Jeep. Done with it for the day. I got it to run. I'm not going to prove it on camera because we don't have a battery for it. I had to use jumper cables off my battery to get it started, but it does run. It knocked for a couple minutes and then it smoothed right out, and that I figure that was probably the cylinder that I couldn't spray the fogging oil down. I am impressed. It actually runs great, and it's really hard to move it around with the gas pedal seized up and none of the throttle linkage connected to the carburetor, but it actually backs up. He backed it up about 8 feet or so. I feel like he was skeptical when I told him, "Oh, I got it running a little bit. It started and it died." I replaced that ignition control module, and then I also found a broken wire where an inline fuse goes. I just cut the ends of that off, and give me the ball. Where's it? Oh, there's the ball. Cut the ends of that off, twisted them together, tried it a little more, it coughed, it died, and then after a while it started running on its own, and it was even pulling fuel. So, I'm impressed. The next thing that I think we should do is get the throttle linkage all figured out, as well as the springs. I've still got the springs kicking around in here somewhere in this fucking mess. And then drive it over to the shed now that we know it drives. Use a vacuum out the engine compartment. Use a compressor to blow out the engine compartment. Clean as much of that as we can. And then clean the interior some. Rip out the carpet. And then, it runs so good. It's a shame that the frame is just toast. But maybe we'll look for another Jeep that needs a heart donation. Not sure yet. Probably not. I'd like to find a frame and swap everything over and redo the floor, get the bodywork done, and that'd be a sweet little ride. And that's got a title too, which is a big deal if you live in New Hampshire. Right, Luna? She's such a good girl, but she's been driving me nuts all day. She keeps wanting me to throw that ball. Yeah. She's a pretty girl. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go for now. We'll see what we get up to next. I don't even know what time it is, or where my phone is for that matter. Interesting. Oh, there it is. What time is it? 3:01. Okay, so 3 o'clock. Let's see what we get up to now. Okay, so it's 10 minutes of 10 o'clock. I have a tension headache, so I ended up laying down for a while. It's mostly gone, but yeah, I was down for the count pretty much for the rest of the day after I got home from fixing the Jeep, which I'm still stoked about. I can't believe I pulled it off. I got advice, and then I put that advice into action and fiddled around with it, did some investigating, and got it. So, yeah, pretty pumped about that. Anyways, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I know today was a little disappointing, not making more, but it happens, I guess. I gotta get the laptop out of here, bring that in the house, slap all this together, move a couple things over into the truck because I'm taking that tomorrow to work. And, yeah. Anyways, that said, thank you all very much for watching. Like it if you liked it, comment if you got something to say. Subscribe. I appreciate it all. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.